Hello and welcome to Let's Play Dark Chronicle. This, the final part, well, the final video, hopefully, of Chapter 2. All we have left to do is to summon the rainbow butterfly by dropping a seed in there, and then using Sundrop to make it grow faster. Though given the rate it went from seed to that, you could argue you don't need to wait long, and that this is fairly redundant. Still, it looks impressive to do. And just throw it in there willy-nilly. Yep, that is one huge flower. Yeah.
Is this a flower? It's huge!
I hadn't noticed that before, but given the boss...
It's a Freesia.
The Freesia has 8 petals. Weird. Anyway, the Freesia stem we need, and we need that picture to recruit Claire. Now, we go to the boss, which can be a little tricky.
What do you think these are?
Are you gonna touch it? Ew, don't do that!
It's fine, I'm sure.
Unless, of course, it's some form of Venus flytrap thing that's meh.
These petals are huge! Actually, they're kinda gross.
Well, I guess all flowers blown up 200 times would probably be a bit gross. Anyway. There it is, the rainbow butterfly. Which is certainly not evil. It is certainly not about to attack us. And
That's
you're talking
the rainbow
about...
butterfly!
You were talking about saying anything.
It's coming!
We just flew over our heads,
the blue? What'd we ever do?
We're on its flower, I think. Anyway, as much as I'd like to kill this thing with a direct gun, it's probably not the best way of fighting this. Oops, I didn't want to lock on that. The first thing you want to do is nuke all of these things in the middle. You also want to avoid that. That hurts. I'm still locked on. There we go. Right, that's all of them. Now we want to change to Steve. Ow. That hurt. I might have to use some ride mod fuel here. And now the rainbow butterfly will split into there. I just need to pay attention to where the red one goes. These have to be attacked in a certain order. And as Roy G. BIV teaches us, you attack the red clearance one first. And attacking with Steve with this means you don't have... They attack back if you try and attack them with anything. But Steve has enough range to do this properly without worrying. I just wish I had gone to Cedric first, because he's a bit low on both health and everything, actually. And finally, Mr. Violence clearance butterfly. And upon nuking all 7, I've actually made an error. Upon nuking all 7, what I have done is actually finished off the boss without actually getting the rainbow butterfly return.
So you're the ones that stopped
Whoops.
me. Thank you.
Roy G. BIV, you failed me. You're hereby promoted to clearance yellow.
Are you the one that they call Holly?
Demoted.
That's right. Holly is the name I went by as a human living among the little folk. So that means your real form is the rainbow butterfly? Why did you appear to the Furbits in human form?
Well, you see, I wanted to thank them.
Thank them for what?
Originally, I too was a tiny butterfly. Once, when I still wasn't used to flying through the forest, I got caught in a huge spider web.
As long as we haven't seen any huge spiders
I
so
couldn't
far.
get out of the web no matter how much I struggled, so I just took a deep breath and resigned myself to my fate. Just at that moment, some Furbit folks came by and released me from the web. I was free. I flapped my wings with all my might and returned to the sky. They were waving as I flew off. They had saved my life, you see. My 7 saviors. The years passed. I grew and matured as a rainbow butterfly. As a monster too, I found myself with plenty of magic powers. I used my powers of transformation to assume human form and approach them. I had wanted to give them something as a sign of my gratitude. But while I was living among them, I realized that the time I spent with them was more precious than anything. Before I knew it, I found myself wanting to spend the rest of my life as a human.
Then why'd you disappear? The Furbits really miss you.
Oh, that. There was sort of, an accident. A great, dark force from somewhere began to affect me.
That would be everyone disappearing everywhere.
I was a monster after all. And so this force awakened the powers of my original self buried deep within. I came to realize that I could never suppress the dark stirrings in my heart. There was nothing I could do but quietly leave their company. I've been hiding out in these woods, doing all I can to gain control of myself again. But the dark force got the best of me, and I was just a mindless monster when I attacked you.
So that's what happened, huh?
I can't go back to my old friends anymore. Would you please give them this letter?
Okay, I'll be sure to give it to them.
You obtained the letter. I'm really annoyed I missed that.
Perhaps the dark force that controlled me is what you'll be fighting from here on. It's
Quite
an
possibly.
incredibly fearsome power. You must not lose against it. Please, win back our world. Well, I should be on my way. Goodbye.
As I said, I'm really annoyed I missed that scoop. Oh well.
Let's try to get to Jurak.
Okay.
Yep, turn to the main station. We shall then repair the ride pod and bits. And probably see if we can upgrade it, because I think it's got enough, at the very least, a core upgrade. Upgrade the ride pod. Not quite. We can give it a caterpillar or a shield kit, but we shall wait on those. I want the core upgrade because obviously that allows me to give it more hit points essentially, and I skipped that bit entirely actually. There has been a change in the future. Maybe something will happen. Yay!
I remember about Griffin.
You do? Tell us about him.
Griffin does not exist in our time. He shows up just a little in the memories of our distant ancestors. Seems he likes flowers.
That's odd for a maniacal villain.
Huh? Flowers?
That's what I remember anyway. I don't quite know the details. But Griffin was around in ancient times. He is sending some strong otherworldly powers into the present. He's controlling a lot of things.
So Griffin is controlling the monsters in this era from ancient times. Which means his world is that of the distant past.
That's right! So Jurak, how far back in the past is Griffin?
I'm betting more than 100 years. Or
I'm not really sure.
You're very helpful, Jurak.
You might want to ask Crest for the details.
Crest?
Crest, the great sage, the greatest and wisest sage of all in my era. With the moon crystal, he can use vast astrological powers. He can see everything that happens in the world.
Well, let's go and see him.
Yes, good idea, but it's not that easy.
Let me guess. Origin point wiped out.
Huh?
Crest's origin point has been erased too.
That's not a problem. We have the Carpenterian, right? Let's just revive Crest's origin point as well.
Yes, exactly. Crest's origin point is the holy ground of Balance Valley. In the future, a great temple will be built there. That's where all the sages will gather.
So that's where Crest will be. Let's get going.
And back in the past.
Hello, everyone. How are you? This is Holly. I'm sorry to have left you so suddenly, but I have reasons that prevent me from staying with all of you.
They have a lot of
You might
grape
already
juice.
have an idea of what those reasons are, but for me, the time we spent together was truly wonderful.
Holly!
Farewell, everyone. Stay happy and healthy. You will always be my one and only family.
They might be upset.
Holly, how could you? How foolish of you. Human or butterfly, it doesn't matter. Holly's just Holly to us.
You knew?
Of course I knew. I could tell she wasn't human just by her scent. But if Holly chose to approach us as a human, that was perfectly fine too. We don't care so much for outer appearances anyway.
Good philosophy.
By the way, Monica,
What?
we want to go with you two on your journey. What do you think?
Well, we do need
Really?
your
You
Carpenterian.
want to? Of course! With your help, we'll be able to put the world back to normal in no time.
And so, our adventures in the forest came to an end. Holly, the mysterious woman who got lost in the forest, wasn't you, Mother. But for some reason, I wasn't surprised. I always felt you'd be at the end of this journey. Just about then, Borneo and the others finished clearing the rock from the tracks so the train could move on again.
Only took them days and
We
days
set our
and
sights
days.
on Balance
They
Valley.
didn't have bombs. But I'm not going to moan at convenient timing. So, let us save here. And next time we begin Chapter 3 proper. Until then.